Welcome back to The Buck Stops Here. Some of India's most prominent voices from several different fields of business, cinema and human rights are lobbying, yes, that's the word, lobbying for Kiran Bedi to be the new RTI boss. In other words, the next Chief Information Officer, Chief Information Commissioner. Is this merely civil society asserting itself, or is this a kind of lobbying that's an unhealthy trend? Who better to answer that question than the outgoing CIC, Mr. Wajahat Habibullah. I know you don't want to discuss individuals, and nor do we. We're not here discussing the merits and demerits of Kiran Bedi or any other candidate. But when you see people like Amir Khan, Narayan Murthy, Arvind Kejriwal, so many different kinds of people picking a candidate, do you believe that in a sense, this is what the Americans would call lobbying?
Well, I wouldn't really like to classify it as anything. The point is that I'm sure the government has received many suggestions from equally eminent people, perhaps which have not come to your notice. So there are names that have been suggested. There is also the Information Commission itself. And there are information commissioners on the Information Commission, people who are from within government, retired from government, people who are from outside government. It's really for this committee to decide. And then the committee will decide on its own. The committee, as you know, consists of the PM, the leader of the opposition, and one minister of the Union Cabinet.
I am going to go to Arvind Kejriwal, who's somebody who has been also saying that Kiran Bedi should be the next, Chief Information Commissioner. But is there a danger that when you have very prominent voices speaking up in support of another prominent voice, people who are low profile, but maybe as committed, maybe as deserving, if not more, they somehow get left behind in public imagination?
Well, it's not the public imagination which must, of course, make the appointment. It's this election has to be made by the most senior...
But aren't governments mindful of public opinion?
Well, they may or may not take note of public opinion after weighing the pros and cons. And I'm sure that they will do that. They will have the resources of the entire government or the government machinery giving them their inputs. So they will take their decision, I'm sure, which is something which will be, of course, of benefit to the country as a whole. I don't think that one needs to go into this kind of one TV channel proposing so-and-so and somebody else proposing
so-and-so. Actually, the TV channels haven't proposed. It's come from civil society. Let me go to somebody who has said that Kiran Bedi is the right woman for the job. Arvind Kejriwal, you've, of course, we know you as an RTI activist, one of the original architects of this coming into being. But when you choose a candidate, what is your criteria? And to the larger criticism that this is lobbying of a kind, what would you say?
Barkha, I strongly object to the word lobbying that you are using for this. I don't know how you distinguish between lobbying and public opinion. If making a demand, building a public opinion and a democracy could be termed as lobbying, lobbying means there is some kind of a vested interest. There is some kind of a conspiracy. I don't think Narayan Murthy, Amir Khan, myself, Anna Hazare, Subhash Chandra, all of us sat down one day and we decided to lobby for Kiran Bedi. Half of these people don't even know personally Kiran Bedi. Secondly, let's try to understand why has the need arisen for this. The best way to kill any democratic institution is to appoint a weak and an ineffective person at the top of that institution. And the government doesn't need to do anything about it. And you take any institution one by one slowly. I think in our democracy, the institutions are being killed by appointing such weak and ineffective and pliable people.
Tuba.com